This is the Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra Robot Vacuum and Sonic Mop. At first glance, it's a seriously impressive machine. The look is modern and clean. It comes in sleek white with a shiny finish and a pretty substantial size considering its features. Right away, what jumped out to me was its design. The dock is a little bigger than what you might expect from other robot vacuums, but it looks neat and everything feels put together. The water tanks for mopping are tucked inside and easy to access, but the robot itself doesn't look bulky or clunky sitting in the corner of my living room. When I first got my hands on this robot vacuum, I was honestly excited, but a little nervous too. I've used several other robotic vacs before, but I'd never tried anything with this many built-in features. There's a lot packed in: vacuuming, mopping, auto-emptying, self-cleaning, and even voice control. To be completely real, the initial setup was a bit overwhelming. It took me some time to unbox, position the dock, fill up the tanks, and figure out all the app settings. But once I had the basics sorted, a lot of things began making sense, even if you're not a tech pro. Let's talk about key features, because that's where this thing really shines. Right off the bat, the suction power is wild, 10,000 PA. For context, most traditional robot vacuums have about half of that or less. It means this vacuum pulls up dust, pet hair, crumbs, and stuff hidden deep in carpets or floor cracks. It's perfect for homes with pets, kids, or high-traffic areas. The mopping feature is where it sets itself apart. The S8 MaxV Ultra doesn't just drag a wet pad over the floor like basic robot mops. It uses what's called the VibraRise 3.0 Sonic Mopping system. Basically, it scrubs the floor by vibrating really fast, 4,000 times per minute, to tackle dried-on messes or sticky stains. It even has dual water nozzles to keep the mop wet and fresh as it goes. I noticed my floors genuinely looked and felt cleaner after a run. And if you spill juice or something sticky, the robot actually detects that with its intelligent dirt detection and knows it needs to remop or boost the suction. I had an oatmeal spill one morning, and the S8 MaxV Ultra came back for a second pass on its own. That was honestly impressive. From my experience, one of the biggest perks is the all-in-one dock. You're not emptying the dust bag every few days or touching dirty water. The trash goes into this sealed bag in the dock and holds about 2 months' worth for me, and everything gets washed and even dried with hot air. When you think of cleaning robots, not having to touch gross stuff is the dream, and this basically delivers on that. Self-drying is a big deal too. The mopping pads dry in under 2 hours, so there's no moldy smell or dampness left. Another standout for me was the FlexiArm side brush and that Edge Mop. They're designed to get into corners and all along baseboards where dust and hair can hide. A lot of robot vacuums struggle there, but the S8 MaxV Ultra gets right up to the edge. I measured, and it actually lived up to the claim of cleaning within about a millimeter of the wall. That's super handy if you notice dust bunnies building up along the sides of a room. The robot uses something called Reactive AI 2.0 for obstacle avoidance. I know that sounds complicated, but here's the simple version. It's basically got cameras and sensors to see things in real time. It means instead of bumping into shoes, pet toys, or a stray sock, this vacuum actually spots hazards and moves around them, in my experience, way more reliably than the older models I've tried. You don't have to pick up the whole floor every time you want it to clean, which is a win. And as much as I rolled my eyes at the idea of a built-in voice assistant, I've actually found it handy. Just saying "Hello, Rocky" lets you start a clean or change modes without even reaching for your phone. It works offline too, so even if your Wi-Fi's spotty, the controls stay responsive. The app itself is pretty detailed. You can set up multi-room maps, create keep-out zones, schedule cleaning, or tell it to double clean high-traffic spots. Now, to be fair, it wasn't all perfect out of the box. Like I mentioned, the setup wasn't exactly plug and play. With all the features, you've got to put in a bit of time. I had to tweak a few settings and figure out how to set up the custom cleaning routines, which took a couple of tries. Another issue is that the height of the mop lift is limited. It goes up about 20 millimeters, so if you have thick rugs or odd transitions, you might have to move them out of the way or adjust the cleaning map. Also, this is a premium product, and the price reflects that. If you're on a tight budget, this might be too much, but in my opinion, the performance really does measure up to the price. You're paying for time saved and less hassle over the long haul. If you have pets, there are some playful touches built in. The camera and eye not only help with navigation, but the app actually lets you video call into your home to check on pets or have the robot cruise around taking pet snaps. I thought this would be a gimmick, but during one afternoon, I used it to see where my cat was napping. Turns out she was following the vacuum around. Battery life is excellent. I get almost 3 hours of runtime, which covers my space without any issues. And at 45 pounds total, including the dock, this setup stays put, but it's not hard to move if you want to clean other rooms or upstairs. Maintenance so far has been really light, since the robot even washes itself and tells you when it needs attention. From my experience, the Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra is perfect for busy people who want spotless floors without fussing with a complicated cleaning routine. It's also great for those with allergies, since the high suction power and sealed dust disposal mean less dust floating around. Understanding some of the tech can feel intimidating, but honestly, if you stick to the basics at first, it works right away. The advanced features like multi-floor mapping or scheduling are simple enough to explore once you feel comfortable. Even if you're brand new to robots, the learning curve isn't steep. In conclusion, I'd recommend this for anyone looking for a robot vacuum and mop that actually does what it promises. The self-cleaning, high suction, and advanced obstacle avoidance make cleaning less of a job and more of a hands-off experience. The initial setup takes some patience, but once you're through that, the day-to-day benefits are huge. It streamlines house chores and saves real time each week. I will update specific information about the Roborock S8 MaxV Ultra Robot Vacuum and Sonic Mop in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.